My dear child, I see the trembling of your heart right now. I see the fear flickering in your eyes as you hold on to that one precious thing you feel is left in your life. You sense it slipping away, and with it, your hope, your joy, and the small thread of security you thought you had. You're terrified that once this is gone, nothing else will remain. No light, no solace, no path forward. It feels as though the last piece of your world is crumbling, and you're helpless to stop it. But my child, I need you to hear something very important. Even when it feels like you're about to lose your only, I am still here. When you cling to that final lifeline, convinced it's your sole source of meaning, I am the one who holds the whole universe in place, the one who has never left your side. Although it seems you stand on the brink of a great abyss, I promise you, this is not the end. This moment, as dark and lonely as it feels, can become the turning point where I lift you into a life richer and more beautiful than you ever imagined. Beloved, if you're yearning for God's grace, show your desire by typing "Yes, I need" in the comments. Child, I know the weight you carry in your heart. Perhaps you've poured your entire being into a single relationship, someone you believed would be with you forever. Or maybe you invested your every dream into a career or a plan you thought was unshakable. Now, watching it slip away, fear grips you. You're left wondering if you'll ever feel whole again. You're asking, if I lose this, what's left for me? Let me assure you, I see your tears in the silent hours of the night. I've witnessed your heart break in ways you never thought it could. I've heard the words you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. Words of doubt, words of regret. And yet, through it all, my dear child, I have never once turned my face away from you. You see, the very essence of your soul was crafted in love, my love. You were never meant to stake your entire identity on one single thing or person. Yes, it can be precious and dear to you, but it is not meant to define your worth. Your worth, my child, comes from who you are to me, not from the fleeting attachments of this world. I know it's painful to imagine life without this only thing you hold dear. Letting go feels like willingly stepping into a void of uncertainty. But I want you to consider something. Sometimes, clinging too tightly can prevent you from receiving a greater blessing I have planned for you. By focusing all your strength on not losing what you think is the only good in your life, you might be missing the countless other gifts I am placing before you. Letting go doesn't mean you are giving up. It means you are allowing me the space to move in your life. You're surrendering the illusion of control and trusting me to guide you. When one door closes, it's not because I have abandoned you. It's because there is another path, one that may fill your life with a deeper purpose and an abiding joy you never knew existed. Keep the inspiration flowing. Share this video with someone who needs a boost of positivity. Remember this, my child. I do not simply stand on the sidelines of your life, watching you struggle. I walk beside you through every storm, every heartbreak, every fear. When you feel the ground shake beneath your feet, I am your firm foundation. When the howling winds of doubt threaten to uproot you, I am the shelter you can run to. When the night grows darkest, I am the light that never fades. You may not always sense me because sorrow and fear have a way of obscuring your vision. But just because you cannot see me does not mean I'm not there. My presence is constant. It spans across every tear that falls from your eyes, every prayer that escapes your lips, every moment where your heart yearns for comfort. The truth is, I am even closer in your pain, ready to carry you if you will just reach out your hand. Child, you might be thinking, I'm about to lose my only source of happiness. How could anything else possibly fill this void? This question weighs heavily on you, and it's valid. But faith is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting me when answers seem impossible to find. is about believing that I can make a garden blossom out of dry ground. I've seen you stand at the edge of your comfort, trembling, and I've seen you question whether stepping forward is worth the risk. But I want you to know that with me, every step has a purpose. Even if you stumble, I will catch you. Even if you fall, I will help you rise. Even if everything you relied on crumbles, my love for you remains unshakable. Losing what you treasure can feel like your heart is breaking in two, but sometimes that crack in your heart is what allows my healing light to shine in more deeply than before. When life is good, you may not realize your need for me. When life is uncertain, you learn just how vital my presence is. I do not rejoice in your pain, but I can bring purpose out of it. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to weep for what might be lost. But do not allow grief to shut out hope. Keep your heart open, even if it hurts, so that I can pour in my comfort, my reassurance, and my unending love. A closed heart may keep out more pain, but it also keeps out the possibility of being fully restored. Dearest child of God, your super thanks is the light that fuels our mission of spreading faith and truth. Click the super thanks button to sow seeds of hope for generations. Count on divine blessings to fill your life. My child, I crafted your life's journey with intention and with love. You might see only chaos or tragedy in this moment, but I can see beyond it all. I am the author of your story, and though some chapters may feel like they are filled with shadows, the story is not over. There is more to be written, more joy, more growth, more miracles than you can fathom. Just as the darkest nights give way to dawn, your darkest seasons can give way to radiant light. What feels like an ending is often a beginning in disguise. If you can trust me, truly trust me, you will discover that I am weaving every thread of your life, both the bright and the dark, into a tapestry of beauty that only I could create. I want to invite you now, dear child, lay your burdens down before me. Place the fear of losing your only into my hands. Surrender the anxious thoughts that say you will never be whole again. Let go of the desperation that urges you to cling to something that might no longer be meant for you. Instead, cling to me. There is nothing too big or too small that I cannot handle. There is no wound I cannot mend, no heartbreak I cannot soothe. Your tears are not lost in a void, they are precious to me, and I hold each one with tenderness. Surrender is not a sign of weakness, it is an act of trust. When you hand over the pen of your life story, you allow me to write the next lines with the ink of grace, hope, and endless possibilities. You may ask, what if I let go and nothing good comes afterward? My beloved child, I have never failed. I do not start a good work and leave it incomplete. When I close one chapter, I open another, brimming with opportunities for you to find deeper love, unshakable peace, and a sense of calling that brings meaning to every breath you take. It won't always be easy. You may still face trials and your heart may still ache, but you will not walk through those trials alone. You will face them with a newfound resilience and an ever-present companion, me. And in those moments of greatest need, I will be your strength. In times of despair, I will be your courage. In seasons of joy, I will be the gladness that overflows in your heart. Never forget this truth: my love for you does not change with your circumstances. Whether you hold on to what you cherish or feel it slip away, my love remains steadfast. I do not love you more when you succeed or less when you fail. My love for you was set in motion before you took your first breath, and it endures beyond your last. When the world around you shakes, and you find yourself standing on the edge, unsure of where to step next, trust that my love is the solid ground beneath you. Even if you lose this only thing, you are not losing your identity, your worth, or your future. all of those were never grounded in the things of the world, but in the eternal truth that you are mine and I am yours. Extend this message of hope. Share this video with up to 5 others who might need a spark of encouragement. My dear child, you feel like you're about to lose your only remaining hope, but remember, you have never, for one moment, lost me. Even now, as you wrestle with fear, I am holding you. Even now, as your world feels like it's crashing down, I am whispering words of comfort. Even now, as you reach for answers in the dark, I am shining a light on the path you should take. Trust me. Lean on me. Surrender to me. And if you do, you will find the beauty of a new dawn, the promise of a fresh start, and the healing warmth of my unwavering presence. You are not alone, and never will be. My arms are open wide, ready to hold you, comfort you, and guide you through this storm into a season of profound peace and renewal. If this message has touched your heart and given you hope, please consider sharing it with someone who might be walking through a similar valley. You never know whose life could be changed by a word of comfort in their darkest hour. By spreading this message, you become a vessel of compassion, carrying the light of hope to those who desperately need it. Precious one, if this touched your heart, share the love and give it a like. Amen.